Hi there, everyone. It's Anthony, and I'm about to watch another episode of Dexter. So, we're on season 2, episode 8, Morning Comes, and I don't know what to expect at this point. After last episode, it feels like there's so much that could happen. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Dokes now that he's been suspended or fired or whatever happened to him from the force. I can't wait to see if Dexter's gonna realize that Lila is being, super manipulative and shady, and that she is not good for him at all. Um, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen between Deb and Lundy. Like, it's just a lot going on, and last episode seemed to provide so much progression for all this stuff. So now you just can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. Dexter season 2, episode 8, Morning Comes. Oh my goodness, man. What? Oh my gosh. That was crazy. That episode was crazy. I don't even know. Like, that episode was so. Oh my goodness, man. What happened? Like, we had the meeting with Lundy, which was just so, like, I felt like I was in Dexter's shoes. Like, I felt like I was the person that was trying to hide the fact that I've been murdering all these people. Like, I really felt like I was in Dexter's shoes. Lundy is such a good character. Like, whatever the scene demands, he can execute it. Whether it's being charming with Deb or being a good father figure to Deb simultaneously somehow. Like he pulls it off. If it's grilling Dexter in a scene like that and just having the most commanding and intimidating voice ever, he pulls it off. Like, if it's just, being the most analytical, deep looking whatever person in the world, he can pull it off. Like, every scene that Lundy is in, I just feel like he brings it to another level, and like, he makes everything feel so real, and nothing is getting past him. And it's crazy. Like, there's not a lot of TV show characters out there like that. At least not that aren't. At least usually when they are, they're like the main character. You know what I mean? And they just feel super OP because they can feel everything out, or they can figure everything out. Lundy is like, oh my goodness, he's such a good, like, you don't even, I can't even call him a villain or an antagonist. Really, he doesn't feel like a villain, but I mean, he is sort of in relation to Dexter. So like, he's just such a good, opposition to Dexter, if you will. And oh my goodness, he's just so entertaining. But yeah, like, that scene between Dexter and Lundy was crazy. Now then we got Dokes finding the stuff. Like, and Dokes, the way Dokes talked to Lundy in his scene or whatnot, like, he heard everything he needed when Lundy said the thing about the blood splatter or the sloppy blood work. Oh my goodness, man. So now Dokes found that stuff. He knows. Like, I knew Dokes would find out, man. Like, that dude would not give up until he found out. And he's been on to Dexter since day one, since before anybody even knew that there was anything to be on to. Like, oh my gosh, man. Then, Lila, I'm so happy that Dexter caught on to her. Like, I was worried that was going to just be something that would just drag on. Because last episode was the first time we as an audience were just straight up shown that Lila was a bad person. Before, it was like you could kind of maybe infer it, but it wasn't completely clear. It was a little ambiguous. Now it's completely confirmed she's a bad person. And I was worried that, we were going to be ahead of Dexter for a while, and Dexter was still going to be with her. So I'm glad that they just nipped that in the bud, let Dexter figure it out, like, the episode right after we directly figure it out. And like, Lila going into Rita's house. I'm hoping that's all there was to that, because that shadow being in there, that was pretty creepy. You're like, I hope that was all that there was to that, and there's not still more to that and whatnot. And I hope that everything Lila was saying was true about her just wanting to, bring them close together. I hope she's just crazy and insane and manipulative, and that's it, and that she's not like involved in this in a way deeper way or something. You know what I mean? Like, where like, I don't know, because that could still be the case. She might still be lying. I mean, Dexter, when he got caught about the blood work, he made up a lie about being overworked. Maybe she made a lie about wanting to be closer to him. like that could still be the case. But I hope it's not. Hopefully, hopefully she's just crazy. And that's all there is to it. Dexter and Rita's kids still have such a great relationship, and that's kind of heartbreaking in a way because you're like, dang, like it's hard for them to understand that Dexter and Rita aren't together anymore, and that doesn't mean that he doesn't like them, but it also might mean that they're not really going to see him anymore because there's no need, there's no reason. It's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy, man. And then everything is coming down. Like they know for sure now, pretty much, that the ice truck killer is somebody that works in Miami Metro PD or whatever. Like, look at Dexter. Like, if you're looking for a serial killer in a room of people, Dexter stands out like a sore thumb, honestly. Like, I just feel like how much longer can he hide away from this? The only possible thing I can think of happening is Dokes somehow ends up getting blamed instead of Dexter, because maybe he'll get caught with those blood samples, and he's been showing a lot of crazy behavior so far this season, so people might be able to use that and attribute all this Big Harbor Butcher stuff to that, and like put it all together and think Dokes did it. That's the only thing I can imagine happening, but I don't want to see that happen because I don't want Dokes to go away either. I really like his character, and if that happened, it seemed like his character would have to go away. So I don't want anything to happen to Dokes, but I don't want anything to happen to Dexter either, obviously. I'm like, how is he going to get out of this? It seems like they have to figure out it's him. And if they do, like, how are they going to move beyond that? Will they just be like, well, you know what? You are doing it for a good reason. You were killing bad people. They're not going to just let that slide. Like, no way. That's vigilante justice. It's still not really legal. Like, I mean, it's still definitely murder. Like, oh my gosh, man. Don't know what to think. And the thing about this season that on the surface you wouldn't think would work, like this season has really been, and I think I might have kind of said I thought this might have been what was going to happen. I'm not sure. But this season has really been Dexter trying to hide who he is from everybody else. Like, so much of it has been around him evading the police, evading Lundy, evading Dokes, trying to, like get by the skin of his teeth and whatnot. And that's not what it seemed like this show was going to be at first. At first, it seemed like, the show was going to be, more just based on like the psychoanalysis of, Dexter being a serial killer and killing these people. And it still is, of course, and I imagine it's still going to continue to be. But they really kind of, this season, the focus has been this sort of cat and mouse chase. It hasn't really been as focused on Dexter killing and why he kills, and it's been more focused on Dexter not getting caught killing. You know what I mean? Not that it's not doing the former, not that it's not focusing on why Dexter kills and all that stuff in his background, because of course it still is. But it's really been focusing mainly on Dexter escaping. Every episode, he's doing another thing to kind of get by the skin of his teeth and not get caught and whatnot, which, is a little bit more of a cliche type of storyline, but they're doing it in a really, really good way. They're doing a really good job of it, so it doesn't feel cliche. It doesn't feel like something we've seen before. It doesn't feel overdone. The route they're taking is a little cliche on the surface. It sounds like it would be, but it doesn't come across that way, is what I'm trying to say. They're doing a really good job of this whole cat and mouse thing, or of this whole them looking for the serial killer and Dexter getting by just barely. Man, I just feel so invested right now. This is so crazy. This show is just, I'm flabbergasted right now. And like I mentioned while I was watching it, Deb and Lundy getting together is so funny because it's similar to the first season with Rudy and Deb getting together. It's like the person that is against Dexter keeps on getting so close to Deb. So now it's like, will Lundy be able to figure something out about Dexter through Deborah? That really seems like a big possibility too. That's another thing working against Dexter here. And also, what is up with their relationship? Like, is it a real? I'm just really wondering, is Deb just doing this because, she's missing the father figure in her life? Like, Lundy was like, wash your hands. And like, she seemed to really like that. Like, it's just, I don't know. So I don't know what to think about that. Interested to see where it's going to go, but there's so much else going on that is like, I don't even know what to even focus on at this point. It's so much. It's sensory overload. So this show is just, is really amazing. It's really getting good. I guess I'm gonna just stop the video here. Um, Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you're watching this on YouTube, head to Patreon for the full uncut reactions, and they are uploaded way ahead of these YouTube reviews. Yeah. I can't even talk, as you can see. That's going to be it. Let me go ahead, stop, and try to decompress, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.